Gang, I'm not entirely sure where to begin this week, but I got myself a little sushi from a place that I really adore, and I am going to gatekeep it because today I showed up at a reasonable time, and most of the sushi was gone. Most of the sushi that I was going to pick out and take and eat in my car here was gone, which is fine. People like fish. This is going to be a sincere vlog. I have been doing the character of internet boyfriend on the internet for a while now. And what that means is I talk about how great I am and how great my music is and how great I am at music. And just so you know, I'm putting soy sauce. I'd probably do this so you can see it. I have been doing the character of internet boyfriend for quite some time now. And I made an album. I made what I sincerely, earnestly think is going to be the most interesting release of the year. It's weird to say that. It's weird to sit in my car outside of a mall in Torrance, California, where I'm about to eat this sushi on a Saturday when I have 0 active listeners on Spotify at this second, I'm sure, if I were to check. I recognize that it's a little bit insane for me to say, hey, I think I made the best album that's going to come out this year. And I did it in my bedroom by myself. But I want to talk a little bit about why. Here's the first bite of this sushi that I'm, I guess, reviewing as a content creator. I don't know. This is a tax write-off. So good. It's a 10 out of 10. I can't tell you where to get it because I want to keep it all to myself. But I made an album called Hypomanic God Complex. I'm going to say that again. Hypomanic God Complex. Hypo is the prefix meaning less than. Manic, as in mania, as in, oh my God, I'm feeling manic. And God Complex, also kind of self-explanatory. This is a name that my friend Jesse gave to me. Ooh, and the sun is in my eyes. That my friend Jesse gave to me when I was making a dance album a few years ago. I had started making exclusively house music, beats at 120 BPM. And for like a full year of my life, that was the only type of beat I was making. I made hundreds and hundreds of dance beats over the course of like 12 or 18 months. And then in February of last year, my hard drive crashed. My hard drive with all the songs I was working on, all the beats I had made, all the beats I made when I was first starting, all the Ableton sessions, gone. And I had to start again from nothing. Before the hard drive crashed, though, I had taken the music in a different direction, an extremely pop direction. Because I went to classical music school, I studied opera in college, and all right, first bite of the roll. This is a combo. We got some nigiris. Sorry for my Italian R there. We got some nigiris. I felt racist against Italians. We got some nigiris and a little roll here. I'm so fortunate to live in a place where I have access to such good sushi. So, in the fall of 2023, I moved into a new place. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but before that, I went through a breakup, and the only thing you need to know about it is that my ex stole my cat. Long story. I'll get into it maybe another time, but I don't know. So, I started work on a breakup album. And after a while, I realized that the songs I was writing were less about an ex and more just about myself and my own approach to the world. And what I tried to do with all of these songs was just dial up whatever feeling I was feeling to like past 10, past 100%, to like fully 11. Because there's this idea circulating in the zeitgeist that if you want to be successful, you have to be a little delusional. And you have to believe in yourself. And it's literally so delicious. And I think there's some truth to that. Simultaneously, I moved to Los Angeles to study music in 2012. And in my 13 years of living in this city and going to gigs and going to parties and going to XYZ event and interacting with hundreds and hundreds and probably at this point thousands of people who all believe that they have what it takes to be a star or be a successful musician or actor or influencer or XYZ profession, you notice some similarities. And I was bullied a lot as a kid. I don't think there was a day that passed from when I was maybe 10 years old to 18. That's not true. Maybe not 18. 10 years old to maybe about 16, because there was one summer where I did a lot of push-ups. People were saying horrible things to me about my appearance, about my behavior, about XYZ, whatever you want to name. And I know I'm not the only person who had that experience. Because growing up in the 90s, we had this weird sort of, the sense of humor that existed and permeated like Nickelodeon and maybe not Nickelodeon, I don't know. But the sense of humor that permeated TV shows and movies was like, you had to be edgy, you had to be meh. And that was what got a laugh. And I think that affected all of us in a really, really deep way. So, to counteract all of the negative voices in my head, all of the horrific things that were said to and about me, to my face and behind my back over the years, I was like, screw it. I'm going to dial it up the other direction beyond what is reasonable. We have to go so far in the opposite direction to cure all of this. And that's what I did with my album that's coming out. Hypomanic God Complex is how I healed myself. It's how I changed my perception of myself. I experienced so many difficult things in the last 2 years. Things that would sound insane if I were to tell you about them. It's a long list, and I'm not going to get into them right now because I'm trying to review this sushi. It's a 10 out of 10. Take a look at this, actually. Let me get this a little closer here. I don't want to drop that, but wow. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you even see it? I don't know. So, the moon has entered Capricorn, according to all of the hot women that I know. And I know a lot of hot women, respectfully. And I have 6 Capricorn placements in my birth chart. My sun is a Capricorn, and then 5 others. And what that means, apparently, according to all these hot astrology women, is that I need to be releasing. And I have been screaming and crying and throwing up on my knees in the rain, like an R&B video from the 90s, about all these big feelings I've been having for a really long time. And a lot of my release went into this music. And so I've decided I'm just going to put this album out. I am tired of sitting on it. I am tired of hypothesizing about how I'm going to promote it and scheming about, oh, well, this is going to happen and then that. And life's too short. And I don't have a label. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I have a team, but the team they're not officials in an official capacity. You hear me? So, what I tried to do across these 17 tracks that are hopefully going to be up by the time I put another video out here on YouTube. I tried to tell an abstract story of how the character of Internet Boyfriend heals. And what I learned about myself and some truths I learned about the universe as I underwent and experienced some of the biggest, hardest feelings I've ever felt in my life. I'm really incredibly proud of it. I wrote almost all of the songs by myself. The first song on the album I wrote with the help of my friend. Her full name is Astrid Nova Fanny Granström. She's Swedish. She's an angel. She told me to read The Four Agreements and The Power of Now and 2 other books that I never got around to because of my brain. And there was one evening in the fall of 2023 where we were writing some music and she said some things to me that literally changed my life. And she held my hands and she prayed for me in Swedish, her native tongue. And it was so healing and helpful and lovely and wonderful and beautiful. And she told me that I had to give myself permission to want whatever it is that I want, whether that's going on tour, success, XYZ. So if you've made it this far, 11 and a half minutes into this video, and you've enjoyed or paid attention this far, thank you. I have decided to release the best album of the year next week. I really hope y'all enjoy it. And this sushi is from the Mitsuya in Torrance. Love y'all.